Okay, so the next step is for me to divide these elements. And to do this, I'm going to select all. Holding shift, I select the first stroke at the top, the circle, and the last stroke for the bottom shape. With those three selected, I can go to the Pathfinder panel, and beneath Pathfinders, I can click Divide. Now this gives me the shape up top. It gives me the piece here, which I'm going to take out as negative space, and the two pieces here, which are the headlights. So I'm going to click and go to Object, Ungroup. I'm going to click the first shape. I'm going to click Delete or Backspace on the keyboard, and as you can see, it's taken out this portion down here because it wasn't two separate shapes, it was connected here. However, this side wasn't so this is now a separate shape, which I can delete, backspace on the keyboard. So now I'm left with a shape at the top, which represents the car roof, and the shape at the bottom, which represents the hood. We have the negative space for the windshield and the two negative spaces here for the headlights. Now I need to choose which side looks the best. Because I drew both sides, I can choose between the two. Now to judge this, I'm going to go to the Layers panel, and I'm going to turn off the sketch layer by going to the visibility toggle. This is denoted by an eye. So clicking upon the eye, the sketch now disappears, and I can see the shapes more clearly. So now I can judge which side looks best to begin refinement, and once refined, I'll copy that side across. Now immediately I can tell that this headlight flows a lot better than the one on the left. Also, I have a glitch here on the curve. I've went too far out with the stroke, so it's slightly cut off here. So it's the right hand side which I'll be using, deducting the left hand side, so that I can replicate across for perfect symmetry. And so to do this, I'm going to select the rectangle tool. I'm going to drag out a rectangle to the central point of the shape, which is denoted by the pink vertical line. With the rectangle selected, using the selection tool, I'm going to hold shift and select the shape beneath, which is the car. And in the Pathfinder panel, beneath shape modes, I'm going to click minus front, which will deduct the rectangle at the front from the shape at the bottom, which is the car. And I'm left with this, the right hand side of the shape. Now it's this shape which I'm now going to refine before I replicate it to the left hand side. As you can see, there's a glitch up here first and foremost, so I just want to iron out this curve and this shape should be ready. We can see the final results when I copy the other portion across, and I'll make final judgment then. So zooming into this shape with the zoom tool, I'm going to tackle the problem here. And with the direct selection tool, I'm going to click this shape and I'm going to click the anchor point. Now I can make my alterations by adjusting the position of the anchor point itself, moving the segment, which is the actual path between each anchor point, and using the control handles. So I'm going to try using the control handle first by bringing this upwards and outwards, just to reduce that point that was on the anchor point itself, so that this curve flows freely with the curve on the left of the anchor point. One needs to lead into each other seamlessly without any kind of glitches in between. So deselecting, it allows me to review the shape, which still needs further changing. So selecting that anchor point again, I'm going to continue working with this handle until it's absolutely perfect. So pulling it up very slightly once again, deselecting to review. Needs to be brought down and out. Deselecting. Making another tiny adjustment here. Bring the control handle out. Deselecting to review. And I'm happy with that result. So as you'll see, it can take quite a bit of patience to work with the curves, but it's important that we do because logos are often increased in size, in which case mishaps become evident. So we aim for nothing less than perfection. So now selecting the zoom tool, I'm going to now zoom out and review the rest of the shape down here. Now everything, believe it or not, looks perfect, so I managed to nail that first time with the pen tool. I'm now going to go ahead and copy this across, so holding Alt and Shift, Alt copies and Shift keeps it on the vertical. I'm going to drag across a copy of this. I'm going to right click, go to Transform, Reflect, and with vertical selected, I'm going to click OK. Now I'm going to drag this piece, holding Shift to keep it locked onto the horizontal, across to here until it meets with the other shape denoted by the pink line intersect. So once this is done, I need to ensure that both sides are joined fluidly with no faults in the middle. Thankfully, there is none in this case. Each side's curves flow smoothly into the next. So there we have our shape. I'm now going to highlight those two shapes. I'm going to go to Pathfinder, make compound shape and expand. So this is now a singular shape, and this represents our symbol for rides.